Friend, you have been way too gracious with all of the wrong things. And we're taking inventory because whatever it is that you've been quietly accepting, it's either helping you build the life you say you want to live or it's slowly dismantling it. And we're not only going to figure out which one it is, but we're going to do it in a way where you can actually be honest with yourself without tearing you down in the process. So let's really get into it, okay? And make sure that you are subscribed because we're continuing this conversation tomorrow so that you will know how to stop tolerating anything that is taking you away from your destiny and saying yes to you finally with your whole heart, straight up, no chaser. Okay. Ooh, so the part two gonna be just as good as the part one. Okay. Now, story time, friend, because this topic right here takes me right on back to my dating season. And listen, I gotta be honest, okay, friend. It's what I like to call the dating desperately season. So many years of it was desperate dating, friend, because I wanted to be in a relationship that led to marriage so bad that I was willing to tolerate things that I had no business tolerating, okay? You know exactly what I'm talking about, friend, because I had my heart set on getting married again someday. And I was single for 10 plus years, and most of it I spent dating desperately. I was tolerating those simple text message conversations that never really led to significant conversation. I tolerated the breadcrumbs, okay, the bare minimum energy. And all of that breadcrumbs, friend, I was for sure trying to make a meal out of it. And then, even when there was barely a connection, I was trying to make it enough, okay? But the worst was when the connection would start out strong, everything was going great, and then it would die down to little to nothing. And I would spend so much of my own special brew of tea, honey, my time, effort, and energy trying to figure out what happened. Did I come on too strong? Was I not strong enough? Did I spend enough time and energy putting in the effort to show that I was wifey material so that he could see just how fabulous I really am and fall deeply, madly in love with me? And it's like when we have that connection that starts out so strong and then it turns into Ghostville. Listen, at that point, we are willing to entertain Casper the friendly ghost because we try to get that connection back. And friend, instead of just gathering myself up and gathering my things, I wasted, or I shouldn't even call it a waste, but I spent a lot of time trying to breathe life into something that had already died and gone, friend. It was dead and gone. And I repeated that pattern a lot during my dating desperately season because I was too fixated on what I wanted that I was willing to accept whatever. So, first of all, friend, please tell me that I'm not the only one who used to do that. Don't leave me hanging. And friend, listen, we will make so many excuses for this kind of behavior. Oh, they had a rough childhood. They got a lot going on right now. Work is out of control. We sound like old girl in White Chicks when she was like, you know what? His aunt just died 6 years ago. And It's going through a hard time still. We will make every excuse in the book instead of just recognizing that this is our cue to exit stage left, even. So I can laugh and joke about it now, but at the time, this wasn't no game. It wasn't funny. But, friend, we got to call it out. And we're going to do it with so much love and laughter, by the way. Because you cannot shift what you are not willing to see. So we have to just be honest with ourselves, and you don't have to give yourself a hard time about it. You don't have to tear yourself down. It is really just about recognizing this is a pattern and it's familiar. It feels safe, and we will continue to run that same play until we gain the lesson. And sometimes we gain the lesson quickly, and sometimes it takes a long time. But regardless of how much time it takes, it is really just an opportunity to learn more about you, to learn more about your worth, and to take your own value seriously. And that is what I had to start doing. I really truly believe that God will keep your value hidden from anyone who is not meant to see it. And if God is not your jam, feel free to insert source, universe, or whom it is that you believe in. But just know that if someone does not recognize just how amazing you really are, then it is just your sign that that's not your person. Those are not your people. And there's really nothing right or wrong with that. It is just a way for you to be able to discern what is for you and what's not for you, who is for you and who is not for you. Because the people who see all of the amazing attributes that you have as this phenomenal human that you are, they will see those things in you, even when you don't see it in yourself. And not only will they see your value, but they appreciate it. They appreciate the things that are unique and special that make you who you are. And they love to be the one to remind you of it when you aren't really seeing all of those great things about yourself. So, this is really the space where you can grant yourself some grace. This is not the moment to tear yourself down because 10 times out of 10, you probably already feeling down about the situation. And you don't need any help feeling any more bad about it or sad or whatever emotions that have come up for you. So, this is the time to be your own teammate, be your own best friend. You deserve that level of love. You deserve that level of kindness. And who better to give that to than you? So, as you recognize these patterns that keep playing out, this is not to use your awareness to weaponize it against yourself. This is you using your awareness as more insight into you and what you deserve. Be nice to my friend, okay? This is the space that radical honesty lives in. And you can be radically honest with yourself and still really loving, nice, kind, and gracious with yourself. And if you feel the need to give yourself some tough love, I encourage you to go easy on that. Okay? Go light on the tough love because 10 times out of 10, things are already feeling heavy. And the tough love, if it starts to tear you down, then it's too tough, okay? And if that had worked in the past, you would be in a different place. Okay. So easy on the tough love. Okay. And let's go heavy on the acceptance, acknowledgement, and the accountability, because this is also your chance to hold yourself accountable by raising your standard to where it needs to be so that you can start to be on the receiving end of what you invest into other people and the relationships that you have in your life. And now, friend, this is where we take some inventory. So, I want to give you a few areas to look into first. Okay. First, I want you to check your calendar because listen, your calendar be telling on you. Your calendar is the main place that you can look and just get a glance and see how much of your calendar is for everyone else and how much of it is really for you. Because you have probably volunteered yourself to not only take on your to do list, but however many other people that you can help with their list. So, who all are you saying yes to? If you are heavy in your parent season, you're a mom, you're a dad, and it is jam packed with the kids' stuff, I feel that. I respect that. And I still got to ask you, where do you fit on your calendar? Or is your calendar jam packed with work? Or is it helping out family or friends? Whoever is that's showing up on your calendar more, that is who your priority is. So the question then becomes, where are you on your list of priorities? I love to remind you, as your coach, I got to tell you, you need to be in the top three of your priorities. There will be seasons where, no, you may not be number one, but I really need you in the top three because the further down that list you get, it means that your position will continue to slip, okay? Because it's easy to go from 5 to 10, and next thing you know, you at 50. Okay. And we're not even getting down to the list on that level, honestly. So, who is getting your yes? Who is appearing on your calendar the most? Because that is telling you who you are prioritizing. And friend, again, you deserve to be a priority in your own life. Don't forget, you're the main character. Your story is all about you, not just everyone else that you are showing up to serve. So take a look at your calendar and just be honest with yourself. Again, it's not to tear you down. This is all about awareness because you cannot change what you are not willing to acknowledge. So check out your calendar. You know, it'll be telling on you, friend. And see where you can make some adjustments. See where you can add yourself back into your own daily routine, even if it is just 15 minutes here and there or an hour here or there. It is really just about you making sure that you are making time to connect with you and take care of you. Okay? So check that calendar, friend. You know I love to tell on you. And also take a look at your relationships, friend. I know I started sharing about my old dating season, but this isn't just to look at your romantic relationships. Also, look at your friends, your family, anyone who you are in relationship with. And just take inventory. Are there relationships where you are putting in more of a deposit than you're taking out, or vice versa? Look at if there are any relationships in your life where they are draining you. Ooh, look at the drains, friend. The one where you get that text or that phone call and you don't even want to pick it up. You don't even want to read it all the way because you know that once that read receipt go through, it's on. You don't want to send it to voicemail because you know that instantly it's going to be a problem. If you are exhausted just from the notification, friend, that is a clear indication it's draining you, friend, and it's time to reevaluate. How are you going to continue to manage this relationship? It's time to set some boundaries into place, and not just for them, but boundaries for you too. Or what about the standards that you keep lowering just to keep the peace? Friend, these are the things that you have to look at periodically because relationships ebb and flow. We know that in relationships there's going to be times where you may be the one giving or they may be the one giving, but it should still continue to feel very mutual and not one-sided. So, really take a look at your relationships because we all have an idea in mind of what we want our relationships to look like, what we want them to feel like. And whenever that is not happening, it's just a signal to check in and get on the same page, to have a conversation, to check in with them and see how they're feeling, where they are. Because just opening up those lines of communication a lot of times can really help to clear up any disconnects because sometimes it's not quite what we're thinking that it is. So, really take this moment to just take some inventory on your close relationships, friend, and see if you're tolerating a little bit too much. Okay? Okay. Now, this next one, friend, I'm about to get up in your business for real. I want you to check your self talk. How are you talking to yourself? Are you more of a critic or more of a cheerleader? So often, that self talk that is running nonstop, that negative Nelly, if she is just running on repeat, friend, that is you tolerating something from yourself that low key you probably wouldn't even tolerate from anyone else. You might be saying things to yourself that if someone said them to you, it would be on. So, how are you talking to yourself? Are you being supportive? Or are you talking to yourself like you ain't got no sense? Again, no shade, no shame, and no judgment. Just recognize how you are talking to yourself, friend, because how you talk to yourself reveals so much about your own identity, your own self esteem, how you see yourself. It shows up so much throughout every area of your life when you talk to yourself like someone you love. Because when you don't tolerate yourself talking to you crazy, you won't allow someone else to do it. When you treat yourself like someone you love, you won't allow anyone else to treat you any less than. So definitely check in with your self talk because if you've been tolerating a bunch of criticism for yourself, it is time to shift into cheerleader mode because, friend, yes, it makes a difference in who you say you want to become. Because the next version of you, she would never tolerate someone talking like that to her, including yourself. So check in on that self talk, friend, okay? So, what other area do you feel like you need to take some inventory? I covered the main three, but what other areas in your life do you need to take a quick inventory and see if you are tolerating things that don't align with who you want to become, that just don't match up with the life that you say you want to live? Because you cannot get to that dream state that you want to be in and still tolerating all of the things that pull you down, that tear you apart, that don't match up with the love and respect that you know you deserve, including from you. So, friend, make sure that you just pause for the cause and look at any other areas of your life that you need to take some inventory, friend. And let me make sure that I give you a journal prompt to support you as you do your little inventory, okay? Okay, where have I been accepting something that doesn't belong in the life that I'm building? And what would it feel like to walk into this week without it? Mm. Ooh, yes, friend. Have we imagined what life would be like without the negative self talk, without the relationships that drain you, without having to feel like you are tolerating things that really don't have any place in the things that you say that you really want for yourself? It's actually the complete opposite of what you say that you really want and who you really want to be. So remember, do your journal prompt with no shade, no shame, and no judgment. And tell me in the comments, friend, tell me, what is one thing that you are ready to stop accepting? Yes, friend, because I want to celebrate you and I want to hype you up while we in there. So I hope that you feel good about taking inventory and holding yourself accountable, but doing it in a way that you can still respect yourself, because your relationship with you sets the tone for every other relationship in your life and everything else in your life. So you deserve this level of grace and kindness in your life now more than ever. Okay, friend? Oh, this has been so fun. I hope that you have loved today's video just as much as I've loved making it for you. And listen, to know me is to know I love myself so much. I don't play about me. And if you hang out with me long enough, you will love yourself so much that you won't play about you either. Okay, friend? I can't wait to hang out with you some more in the comments, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow.